I now give the floor to former Chairman Mia Raza Rabbani. At the moment, the House is, the committee of all. Mia Sahab.
Ji, sir. Mr. Chairman, at the very offset, let me take this opportunity of congratulating you, the Senate Secretariat, and your team for having envisaged and given practical shape to the three-day celebrations of the 50th anniversary of the Senate of Pakistan. I would especially take this opportunity of congratulating you on having successfully organized this event. Mr. Chairman, having said that, and also after the two formal speeches delivered by the Honorable Leader of the House and by the Honorable Law Minister, I think it is time that we get back, regardless of the fact that we have dignitaries with us, to the nitty-gritty of what we have been able to achieve and what we have not been able to achieve in the last 50 years. Mr. Chairman, today I think you would be a little happy because I would keep my guns away from the establishment and I would follow the sayings or the teachings of Chairman Mao Zedong, who said that we would or we should do criticism and self-criticism. And when we do criticism, Mr. Chairman, of our role as a Parliament, inclusive of the Senate, then, Mr. Chairman, it comes to me that what Parliament is doing for the last 2 days, the situation as it prevails in the provincial capital of Lahore is unconstitutional and a total denial of the rule of law. The statement yesterday, Mr. Chairman, of the Special Envoy on Afghanistan from the United States, trying to teach Pakistan a lesson, Parliament should have told him to mind his own business. Because we are capable, Mr. Chairman, of facing our own internal crises. Then, Mr. Chairman, when I look back into history, I'm forced to say that why did Parliament pass? That why did Parliament pass the bill on the extension of the Chief of Army Staff? Then, Mr. Chairman, when I look back, I am again forced to say that why did Parliament pass the amendment for special military courts, Mr. Chairman? When I further look back, Mr. Chairman, I am reminded of the time that when we became a rubber stamp on being told that a dialogue has already been initiated with the TTP, and Parliament merely rubber stamped it. Mr. Chairman, it was behind Parliament's back that the question of resettling of TTP militants was taken, and Parliament remained a silent spectator. Mr. Chairman, it does not end over there. Today there is an increase in terrorism in Pakistan. And that increase in terrorism is directly related to the policies that have been followed in the province of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. But Parliament is yet to be taken into confidence. And I'm happy, Mr. Chairman, that when I make this remark, the Honourable Minister for Finance is present. Neither before nor today has Parliament ever been taken into confidence on what are the conditionalities of the IMF. If Parliament is to be kept in the dark, if the people of Pakistan are to be kept in the dark, then what, alas, are the 50 years for, Mr. Chairman? Mr. Chairman, it is absolutely out of the ordinary and extraordinary the manner in which the staff agreement between Pakistan and the IMF is being delayed. It has never happened in the history of the world before. But Parliament is not being taken into confidence. Is it because there is a greater world agenda which wants Pakistan to play a role which is not in accordance with its national security needs or its national security priorities, Mr. Chairman? The question arises, Mr. Chairman, is Pakistan under some sort of pressure? Is the delay being made because of some sort of pressure to be exerted on Pakistan's nuclear? Or is it that there is some pressure on the strategic relationship between us and China? Or, Mr. Chairman, is it that some imperial powers in the new context of the world order, and I'll be winding up, Mr. Chairman, in the context of the new world order, want a presence in the region, Mr. Chairman? But alas, these debates and this information is not forthcoming to Parliament. Parliament remained silent, Mr. Chairman, when the internal proceedings of the Houses of Parliament were taken up in the Supreme Court and the High Courts of Pakistan. And dictation was given right down to the timing. But Parliament did not react. Parliament remained silent, Mr. Chairman, when under the doctrine of reading in, Article 63A was reinterpreted. Parliament today, Mr. Chairman, remains silent on the fact that there is a big debate taking place outside of Parliament, the unfortunate parties, on the question of the actual intent of the legislation which originates from Parliament and judicial lawmaking, Mr. Chairman. But we remain silent. Mr. Chairman, in conclusion, I would just like to say that when Parliament has put its act together, when the Senate has put its act together, the Senate stood as Stalingrad in the face of General Zia's military dictatorship. When the Senate put itself together, Mr. Chairman, this very committee of the whole saw the Chief of the Army Staff, DGMO, DGISI, DGMI, all present here before the committee of the whole of the Senate. This very committee of the whole, Mr. Chairman, saw the Chief Justice of Pakistan sitting where you are sitting today, Mr. Chairman, and addressing and being a part of the proceedings of the committee of the whole. So when Parliament exerts itself, Mr. Chairman, results flow. But when Parliament recuses, when Parliament goes into its shell, when Parliament becomes shy of facing the odds, Mr. Chairman, it is then that extra forces get an opportunity of taking that vacuum. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Raza sir. Thank you.
Honorable Senator Raza Rabbani Sahab, sir, you are requested to receive your memento from the chairman. Thank you.